Egg Harbor. This is the seafood division of Ristelli Foods. The 10-count, 6-ounce Icelandic cod fillets with garlic are back in stock. Over 10 5-star reviews on these. So for the short period of time that we've made these available, the customers that have received them, Brittany Ristelli, have been loving them. Brittany Ristelli is back. She's the director of culinary and part of the family that brings to us the Ristelli Foods. This is a 10-count cod offer. So I guess first let's talk about Icelandic cod. What's the difference?
So there are all different kinds of whitefish out there in general, and there's a few different species of cod as well. So here we went to Iceland because what is Egg Harbor known for? Knowing our source. So these particular cod are caught off the coast of Iceland in the North Atlantic. These are wild caught. The waters there are nutrient dense and very cold, and they are line caught as well. So a really sustainable catch out there, right? There's no bycatch whatsoever. Nothing else is getting in those nets that shouldn't be. So the cod, similar to the Faroe Islands, comes out of the water right there in Iceland, and then the skin is removed, the bones are taken out, and then these are blast frozen at the peak of their freshness for you. I knew I had one. Oh, here we go.
Fork right here?
No, no, no.
Oh, one in the container.
There you go.
I'm looking for a fork.
I know. We have that too. So they come beautifully packaged like this. You just take out what you need. But again, back to like the different types of whitefish out there. There are some that are a little bit steakier. There are some that are a little bit more meaty. Cod is a very silky fish, which is my favorite type of whitefish. I love the sea basses, and I love that silky texture and that mild flavor. And that's why here we went ahead and we paired that with the garlic butter.
Oh my gosh.
If you already have your favorite cod recipe, let's say you like to bread it, or again, you grill it a certain way, or you already have that recipe paired for you, you can use that garlic butter for something else. But my favorite way is just to put it in the oven with a tiny little dollop of my roasted garlic butter.
You just put one on top of each fillet?
Before I cook it, and then, I mean, it's butter, so you know I add a little bit afterwards as well. And then when I'm pan sauteing, like we have here, there's a little tip I like to tell everyone about when they're pan sauteing fish. It's 1 inch per 10 minutes. So these cod are about 1 inch thick, meaning let it sear for 5 minutes on one side, and then flip it. Once you flip it, go ahead, add your wine, add your butter, and let it simmer in that sauce. And within 10 minutes, you have a one-pan dinner.
Love it. And
ready to go.
Put the tomatoes and the capers, give it a little bit of that brininess and a little bit of the acid. That is a beautiful combination. You put that over pasta, put it over a bed of spinach if you want something a little bit different. We don't have a whole lot of these remaining, as a matter of fact. Frank, how many did you say? We have 600 remaining, and that's it. So you'll want to go ahead and pick these up now while you have the opportunity to do so. And there is no auto delivery on this either, is there? No. 5 Easy Pays also expires at the end of the day, so you'll want to get them with Easy Pay. It's $22 a month to get this home, and look how delicious. Oh my gosh, and I hope you pour that butter sauce over top of that pasta.
Of course I'm going to pour the butter sauce on it.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Look at
Isn't
that.
that gorgeous? And then you just, you know, go ahead, and you can even toss your pasta around in the pan. Sometimes I do that as well.
To kind of heat it up again.
Exactly, just to heat it up a little while later. But this is one of those fish that's very substantial as well, meaning that you can bread it. So if you do like to have a fish that has more of a satisfying crunch to it, you can batter it and bread it.
It'll hold up to the to the breading. So that's good. I love that.
Another
blackened.
Blackened is always a great option when it comes to seafood, especially in the summer. It really takes on those flavors because again, this is a more mild fish. And then something I do with the butter is I'll actually take my cod, I take the roasted garlic butter, just a little dollop, and I put it on just one side, and then I'll press the cod either in a panko breading or maybe crush up some nuts and then just have that one side like and bake it that way. Yeah, and that's like another restaurant quality item. that is 2 ingredients.
We only have about 400 of these remaining, so please don't wait. They're perfect with, you know, your bowls, where a lot of us are doing those faux bowls now, or the Greek-inspired bowl that you have here. Put a little tzatziki sauce on top. They're just, it's a fish that takes on the flavor of whatever you put with it.
It really is. It's a mild fish, but it's not one of those white fish out there that is flavorless. So when I say mild, I don't mean this does not have flavor. It has a really mild, nice, soft flavor. The butter really complements that, but then that silky texture, again, that's one of my most favorite style white fish. I love the silkiness and the moisture.
Does your father-in-law like cod?
I mean, we're going to have to add this to the menu.
Do you like cod?
Yes, and let me, you know, I was never a great seafood eater until Brittany kind of joined the family, and she got to teach me not just how to cook it, but to taste it. And I started with salmon because I wanted a seafood that she convinced me that I wasn't going to have a fishy flavor. Well, I loved it. But then she introduced me to the cod, and I love the flavor of whitefish, but I always had a bit of a fishy smell. Not with the cod. The cod breaks apart so flaky like the salmon does, but there's just not a fishy flavor. And for me, being a meat guy, that's really what makes me feel good about this, right? So, and I love, she's making me healthier.
That's the ultimate compliment, because I'm with him. I'm a meat girl, and you know, flat fish was the only thing that my mother ever made. God rest her soul. She would, you know, buy the flat fish. It was usually, you know, what, trout or flounder, and those fishes were, they had tons of bones. You could never get them out. It was just never an appealing thing for me. This is the kind of fish I like. That's got some,
It's
you know,
hearty,
some beef
but
to
yes,
it, right?
but it doesn't have any fishy smell or flavor, and that's Britt, you're going to have to make this at least once a week when you start. When
You got
you're
it.
in, all right?
All right,
You got
It's
it.
just part of the deal.
You got it.
She's in for cod. She's in for shrimp. She's in for salmon.
That's right.
Okay, that's good.
And it really is not a task that I'm not looking forward to. It's something that we're doing anyway. They're individually packaged and blast frozen. So I do know that when I go ahead and either bake that or pan saute it, or even put this one in the air fryer, that the house is going to have a really nice aroma to it.
Our final 300 available here. And once again, it's all ready for you. There's no bones about it. There's no skin on it. It is ready to go. If you forget to defrost, you can always do a quick defrost. And I've had to do this before. You put this packet in a bowl of cold water and let it slow. It usually only takes 20 minutes or so. Let the water run and it'll be ready to go. Then you can prepare it however you want. Pan sauteed. I love adding flavors that balance the fish. So the fish is a mild flavor. Add a little bright citrusy lime or lemon in your pan with that garlic butter that gives it a little brininess, the capers, and then that pop of the tomatoes. When they burst, they create that wonderful, you know, bright, acidic flavor. That is a really good meal. And then put it over the rice or put it over the pasta, however you want to serve it, or cut it in half, make it part of your surf and turf, and serve those tenderloins, which we're going to be talking about next. So there's so much that you can do with this. Fish tacos, this would be a good one for that too, right?
Absolutely. It's a great staple to have available with that nice clean flavor of a whitefish. So if you do want to incorporate more seafood into your diet, this is a great place to start.
So Ray's going to be doing it once a week with the salmon and the shrimp. 82991 is your item number. This has already over 10 5-star reviews, so the folks that have gotten it love it. And we've got 5 easy pays that expires at the end of the day. So we encourage you to place your order for that. You can do so by going to QVC.com. While you're there, it's also Brittany's favorite time of year, the most wonderful time, back to school. And we've got all the things to get you ready for back to school, whether it's the tech you need or the supplies for the dorms. Go to QVC.com and check it out.
And Jane, do you know why back to school is my favorite time of year?
Why?
Because I get to drive all 10 of my grandkids to school every morning.
Oh my goodness.
So I am
What kind
blessed.